guys, it's Jackie and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I am sharing with you guys a first impression makeup tutorial featuring the Kat Von D Metal Matte Palette. Isn't that so cool? It says metal and then turn it upside down, it says matte. That is so cool. That is really, really cool. Anyways, I'm gonna show you guys swatches of all the colors and give you guys my review on what I think of the formula and all that kind of stuff. And then we will move into the makeup tutorial of this look right here. Before we get started with the video, if you are new to my channel, hi, my name is Jackie, or you can call me JaaackJack, whichever you like best. Make sure you hit that red subscribe button and the little bell so you will officially become part of the Little Flower family. Okay, now we can get started with the video. Gotta pull up my sleeve because we are about to go to town with the swatches because this is a huge palette. This is what it looks like. It's called the Metal Matte Palette. The whole top row are metal eyeshadows and the whole bottom row is matte eyeshadows. And you have a beautiful range of colors here. Color. If you guys are familiar with my channel, then you know that color is something I don't use a lot of here on my channel. I get a little nervous with color, but this palette totally caught my eye because of the shades and the tones of the color. They're not bright, neon, crazy bold eyeshadow colors. They're more like, I mean, blue, green, pink, purple. Those are pretty bold colors, but they're toned down in this palette, as you can see. Like, they're not like in your face, you know what I mean? So the tones of these shadows just seem like something that will be a lot more wearable and easier to work with and not as intimidating. So that's why I was really excited to get my hands on this palette and try it out. This is a first impression video, so I haven't done a whole lot of different eyeshadow looks with this. I've only done this eyeshadow look right here. So I can really only review for you guys the shadows that I use, but I am going to swatch everything so you can see what it looks like on my skin, and also we can talk about the formula as we go through all of them. Sound good? Okay, let's go. So far, my first impression of the palette after doing this eyeshadow look, I think the pigmentation of the palette is great. They're easy to work with. They blend really, really well. And also, I love that all the colors they're kind of chunked off together to complement each other. So for example, I wanted to use the green color. So the colors that are around the green complemented this look really, really nicely. And I didn't have to think really hard about what color to put next. It kind of just, it does the thinking for you, if that makes sense. And that's what I really, really like about this palette. This palette is super, super big. It's the biggest palette in my entire makeup collection. I will show you guys in comparison what it looks like compared to like the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette or the Chocolate Bar palette. I feel like these two are pretty standard size eyeshadow palettes, and this is what it looked like next to the Metal Matte Palette. So the Metal Matte Palette from Kat Von D is a ginormous palette. I think the pans for all of the eyeshadows are huge. You get a lot of product here and it's going to last you a long time, in my opinion. I just feel like this would last you a long time. And you get 22 eyeshadows in this palette, which is a lot, in my opinion. I feel like typically you can expect about 12 eyeshadows in a palette, but this has 20, what did I say, 21, 22? So let's go ahead and jump into the swatches of these colors. So I'm just gonna start from the top row. This is the matte, or no, this is the metal row, and I'm just gonna go down like that. So starting with this first gorgeous blue shade called Nebula. Ooh, this is so pretty. Look at that, look at that. That's just so gorgeous and it's so soft. The more you build the color, because it definitely is buildable, you can see that metal type of shine coming through the eyeshadow. Next, we have the shade Watt, which is actually the shade I used on my lid. This color is a beautiful turquoise color, and I really love that metal kind of finish to the eyeshadow. I think it just looks so cool, and they're just so soft and the color is really buildable. So if you want something super bold, you can definitely create that with this palette as well. The next shade in here is Ignite, which is like this beautiful kind of icy blue shade. Oh, it's so pretty. It reminds me of Elsa. Look at how pretty that is. That is gorgeous. I love that. These are so soft. I can't get over how soft these are. I'm in love. The next shade in here is Tinsel, which is what I use on the inner corner of my eye. Oh my gosh, do you see that shine? That like, oh my gosh. So far, I am loving these shadows. The next color in here is called Glitz, which is kind of like a peachy pink And it's really pretty, but I don't know, this color didn't wow me like the rest. It is gorgeous though, and I'm definitely gonna use it for different looks. I don't know. There's just something about that color that just didn't wow me as much as I wish it would. Next, we have the shade Twinkle, which is a light purple. Oh, this is like such a cute like lilac color. It's really cute. It looks like a perfect like spring kind of color. It's so cute. Next to that we have Volt, which is a deeper kind of eggplant purple. So that is what Volt looks like. The next metal shade in here is called Synergy, which is a metallic brown, like copper brown. Oh, this color is rich, you guys. Look at that right there. That is rich and beautiful, and it's just so creamy. And lastly, we have the shade Flash, which looks like a golden yellow shade. There is what Flash looks like. It has kind of like this retro 70s kind of mustard yellow. Looks pretty cool though. These are beautiful, you guys. Look at all of these. So here is what all of the metal shadows look like. They are beautiful, but if I have to pick one that just didn't impress me that much, it would have to be Volt. As you notice, I didn't really say anything about it because it's not doing anything for me. These are beautiful shades though. I can't get over how soft and creamy they feel though. Now moving on to the matte shades in this palette. And matte shades can be a little tricky because sometimes the pigmentation is not there, or sometimes matte shades can be a little more challenging to blend out. So let's see how the formula feels with these matte shades. The first shade we have in here is Linen, which is a pure white eyeshadow. That is not as pigmented as I thought it was going to be. That is very light, and I had to build that a little bit. No, actually, it looks pretty, it looks decent. It looks decent. It's not terrible, but I don't know, it just looks like such a bright white eyeshadow, and I was kind of expecting it to be a little more like that. Next we have Jet, which is a black matte shade, which I feel like is the trickiest shadow sometimes. So let's see how Jet does. Mediocre, mediocre. It seems like it could be easy to work with. It is buildable for sure. It's not the blackest black though, I will tell you that. Next to that we have Velour, which is a matte blue shade. This is like a bright true blue. Oh, this is such a pretty blue. Okay, this shade, this wowed me just now. This is such a vibrant, beautiful blue shade. Next to that we have the shade Stone, which is actually what I use to darken up the outer corner of my eye and smoke out my lower lash line. So I kind of already know what to expect from this color. It's a very deep, like mossy kind of green. There it is. These are very pigmented. Look how much more pigmented Stone is compared to that jet black shade. That black was a little disappointing, I have to admit. Next to that, we have the shade Moss, which is what I used in my crease today. So again, I kind of already know what to expect from this color, but it's just like a beautiful, perfect, earthy, deep green. I really like it. How pretty is that Moss shade right there? Next to that, we have Ribbon, which is a matte purple shade. Maybe it's just the fact that I don't like swatching matte eyeshadows. They just don't look good in swatches, if I'm being completely honest, because I'm swatching these and like this purple looks terrible, to be honest, but that doesn't mean it will look terrible on the eyes. Does that make sense? Like, because sometimes what I find is that matte shades tend to apply better with a brush, but swatches, they just don't look as good sometimes. Sometimes mattes will look just beautiful in swatches, but these particular mattes, they're not like, this purple is not totally impressing me, but is that gonna stop me from using it? Heck no. And can I still create a beautiful look with it? Probably. I don't know for sure until I actually try it in a look, but I probably could create a beautiful look with it. So that's just like a little reminder that swatches can be deceiving. Next to that, we have the shade Silk. Ooh, I like this one. It's the creamiest so far of all the mattes. It applies so smoothly and beautifully, and I feel like this would be like so easy to work with and blend out. So far, that's my favorite matte, Silk. Oh, that's beautiful. Next, we have Fringe, which is a peach color. This is really pretty. I hope it swatches pretty too. Oh, this is really nice and creamy too. I like this one. That is a beautiful peach shade right there. We still have 5 more shadows to go, and this is all I have left, just that much space. So next we have the shade Feather, which is a yellow color, kind of like a neutral toned down yellow. So this one isn't crazy pigmented. You guys might not even be able to see it. Oh yeah, you can kind of see it. It's very, very light and neutral. This might be a really great transition type of color to use. Next we have Oak, which I used a little bit in the crease today. This one, is so rich and creamy and beautiful. It looks like a beautiful milk chocolate brown on the swatch, but for some reason, when I went to apply it onto my eye, it looked more gray on me for some reason. Maybe my brush was dirty, I don't know. At least I thought my brush was clean. But when I used that shade Oak in my crease, it did look a lot more gray on my eyes. Next to that, we have the shade Suede, which is the perfect kind of naked nude color. So you guys will probably not be able to see this. It's right there. It's so naked and nude, you can't even see it, but it's beautiful, it's creamy, it has great pigmentation for a nude shade. I really like that one. That's gonna be the perfect transition color. Next to that, we have the shade Bone, which is what I used as my brow bone highlight today. See, this is what I was expecting from Linen. This kind of rich, creamy kind of shade. That is so soft and beautiful and pigmented. Way more impressive than Linen. And last but not least, we have the shade Velvet. This is such a rich and beautiful, like, red velvet chocolate kind of color. Actually, maybe more of like a black cherry type of color, but it is so beautiful and creamy and has beautiful, beautiful pigmentation. So this is what all of the matte shades look like. There were a few in here that disappointed me just from swatches alone. Like I said, swatches can be deceiving because if you look closely, the shades Stone and Moss, they swatch beautifully and you can see that there's pigmentation, but it's not like an even swatch. So it looks like a little weird and patchy, but using it on my eyes today, I had no problems at all. Like, they were beautiful shades to work with. So that's what I mean how some swatches can be deceiving, especially matte eyeshadows. But the Linen color, the Jet color, and definitely Ribbon, that purple shade right there, those were probably the most disappointing shades from the mattes. But again, I won't really know until I actually try them on my own eyes. So if you guys have tried those 3 particular shades from this palette, let me know what you guys thought of them in the comments below because I'm very interested to hear your feedback as well. So that was the rundown of the colors and the swatches. So now let's move on to the makeup tutorial. So if you want to see how I got this look, then let's go. That was awkward. So to start off this eyeshadow look, I am going to first prime my eyes with the Kat Von D High Voltage Eyeshadow Primer. You guys know this is my favorite, and we're using a Kat Von D palette, so it just makes sense to use them hand in hand. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this on my finger and then blend it into my entire eyelid. P.S. Shout out to Liz Nailed It on Instagram for this awesome makeup lover Manny. I have been waiting so long to use this palette, and now that the time has come, I'm like nervous. I don't know where to start. So just to keep it on the safe side, I'm going to go in with the shade Suede, which is a nude matte shade. I feel like this is a safe way to go. I'm just gonna dust this on my entire eyelid. This is like getting me warmed up for the eyeshadow look because I don't know why I am kind of nervous right now. I have an alarm right now because the Kylie Cosmetics Royal Peach palette is going up at 3 and I want to be on the website to get it. So I have an alarm to remind me. Something tells me to do a green look. Probably because of my green beanie. Okay, fine. Green it is. I'm going to take the shade Oak, which is a matte brown. We're going to just blend this into the crease. Oh, I love this gigantic mirror. This kind of looks like a grayish brown right now. I was expecting more of like a true brown, especially with a name like Oak. You would expect it to be like brown like a tree. But this is showing up pretty gray on my eyes right now. That's interesting. I will say these are pretty damn pigmented so far. So I just want to keep blending this color, making it very soft, and I also want to drag it up closer to the arch of my brow. This is going to be the highest color that goes up. So I'm just going to keep going back and forth, blending it, and starting in my crease, I'm just going to keep going up, 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 closer to my brow bone. I'm going to go in with the shade... I have an idea of a look in my head. I don't know if it's gonna translate and look good. I'm so nervous. So I'm gonna take the color Moss, which is this really pretty green color. And I'm just taking this kind of on a more tapered blending brush, and I'm going to work this just in the crease. So I'm not gonna go as far up with this color. Oh, okay, okay. I'm so nervous right now, you guys. I don't really totally know what I'm doing right now. Oh, colored eyeshadow looks scare me so much. I'm like shaking in my yoga pants right now. I'm shaking. And then of course, whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. That was actually a saying that I learned in yoga. Because in yoga, whatever you do to one side, you gotta do to the other so that you are balanced and even. On a smaller pencil brush, I'm gonna take the color Stone, which is the super dark, like mossy green kind of color. And I'm gonna use this to darken up the outer corner, or like the outer V of my eye. I'm gonna blend that out in a little bit, but I just wanted to place the color first. I'm gonna go back in with that crease brush that I was using, and I'm going to blend out this darker color on the outer edge. I wish there was like a deeper kind of metal green shade. The closest we have is Watt, but it looks more like teal bluish. But we're gonna pick up that color anyways, and I'm gonna place this on my lid, basically this whole empty space that we have. I'm gonna keep the very, very inner corner empty though, because I think I wanna put a different color there. Oh, that complements, like these colors complement each other so, so well. This look has become a little more blue than green. I wanted green, not blue. That's pretty though. I'm not going to deny that is very, very pretty. And just to finish up the eyes on the inner corner, I'm gonna take the shade, what shade should I do? I'm thinking either Tinsel or Glitz. What the heck, let's do Tinsel. We're going all out, apparently. Ho ho ho, that's pretty. I'm gonna pop it on the inner corner. Oh, holy moly. What I want to do with the eyes now, I'm not really happy with the crease area, so I want to deepen it with the green shade because I definitely lost a lot of that. So I'm going to pick up Moss again and just keep working that in the crease and building it, and I'm going to lift the color higher than I originally wanted. Okay, so my alarm just went off. So I'm going to pause this and go try to get my hands on the Kylie Cosmetics Royal Peach palette. Wish me luck. Wish me luck. But I'll be back in a second. I'll be back. Because I'm sure the thing is going to sell out in like 5 minutes again. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I got the Royal Peach palette. I got 2 of them, so expect one in a giveaway. But anyways, going back to the tutorial, I am just going to go back in with, I'm going to take a fluffy brush and the mixture of suede and oak. I'm just going to lightly take those and blend that right above this green right here. So just very gently blending that above that green. I gotta say, so far I am pretty impressed with this palette for a bunch of different reasons. I feel like it's very easy to use. Pigmentation is beautiful. These colors are pretty easy to blend and work with, but what I really love and appreciate so much, because you guys know how nervous I am doing a look with so much color, like that's just so out of my comfort zone. I love that these colors, the way they kind of all go together, like, and complement each other, so that way, like, if I want to do a green look, I know that all these colors here will look good with the green. Or if I want to do a purple look, I know that all these colors will look good with the purple look. You know what I mean? It just makes it simple for people like me who are a little challenged when it comes to color. For the highlight or brow bone color, I think I will just go in with the shade Bone, which is this like white color right here. Oh no, this is white. But this is more of like a skin tone, like a bone color. Duh, it's called bone. It's like a bone color. And I'm going to take that and place that right on my brow bone. Right there. So as far as fallout goes, honestly, not a ton of fallout. Just barely any. Yeah. I got the most fallout with the shade Tinsel, which is this one right here. That's the one I had the most fallout from, but it's really not a big deal. I'm so glad the blue didn't do any fallouts, or the brown. Ooh, that would have made my makeup look muddy in a second, but this silver color, if it falls out, it's okay. It just looks like glitter tears. So to finish off the eyes, let's round out the bottom. So I'm gonna take that darker stone color again. I'm gonna use that to smoke out my lower lash line. You know what I wanna do? Okay, so I smoked that out onto my lower lash line, but I'm gonna pop that bright moss green. It's not that bright, but it's the brighter green of the two. I'm gonna put that right on the inner corner. So once I finish this, that's what I'm gonna do. Woo! So that completes the eyeshadow look. I'm gonna go off camera to just quickly do my liner, lashes, and mascara, and I will be right back. And I'm back. So to finish off this makeup look, all we have left to do is the lips, and I am going to use the Kat Von D Lolita liquid lipstick. So that completes this makeup tutorial and my first impression review of the Kat Von D Metal Matte Palette. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you've tried out this palette, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I am super impressed with this. I'm really excited to create more looks with this, to be honest. Like, I think this is gonna be such a fun palette to play around with, and I'm so stoked about it. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that little bell, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!